Hey, 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 Bombshell Nation, welcome, welcome. Hi.
Hi.
And Mandy and I did not coordinate our outfits today, so it just kind of happens, right? It just kind of happens.
I love it.
So we are going to get right to it, guys. We want to show you how to process a party or an appointment, i.e. profile cards, sales receipts, and how to utilize the My Customers app to enhance your business. And so, Mandy, what is like the number one tip you can give people to kind of just get organized so at the end of their party, it's a smooth process?
So, guys, organization and process are like two massive keys to your success in this business, okay? Because guess what? If you don't have a product, that's okay. You can order it. But if you don't have a process and you're scattered, we can't fix that. So, let's go ahead and fix that right out the gate so that when we're in these parties, we don't have that problem, okay? So, one of the cool things I love to have during my parties, whether it's a sip and shop or a just a normal skincare class or whatever you're doing, virtual or in person, is who knows what this is? Our date book. We need our date book. Okay. Date book is huge because what are we doing at these parties? We're rebooking. Okay. But inside my date book, I keep, where's my little mesh? Tasha, do you have, oh, there's one right here. Never mind. I got it. Hold on. I wasn't prepared, girls. See, we got to be prepared. I keep these mesh bags. Guess what, guys? These are free. They came in your starter kit. I love them. This is a great money bag or a receipt bag if you're on the go. I literally fold my receipts and I will put them in it. It's just a great way to stay organized. I'm a really big fan of like using what you have, right? So you need receipts. We need receipts because we're here to sell stuff. So we need receipts. Okay. This is huge. But what we really want to focus on tonight is how we're going to process that receipt. And then one other thing you need is your profile card. So Tasha's going to talk about those in just a second. I think she should talk about that first because that's kind of like the starting off. So I've got you prepared on what you need. You need your date book. There's probably other things I'm going to think of, but right now that's all I got. Your date book, your profile cards, your receipts, something to hold money if it's going to be physical, and a calculator or your phone. I love having my phone. And the other thing, see, I told you I would remember something else. The other thing you want to have downloaded beforehand is your My Customers app on your phone. And we've got a little picture. I think we're going to flash somewhat towards the end, but I want to show you right now what it looks like. It's this black, oh, I'm backwards. I'm so messing this up. It's the black My Customers app. Guys, this is free. There's no excuse not to have it. And it ties straight into your Mary Kay. So it's just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, Tosh, ready for you.
All right, so what we're going to do, my friends, is we also need to talk about one more thing that you need, and it's going to be a calculator. So I have profile cards in my starter kit because this is at the beginning of the appointment, but I have sales receipts, and you're going to laugh, but I have good pens. I don't use cheapy pens because women like to feel quality and they want to use a good pen. And I have my date book. This is what I have. And so when you are first going into the appointment, my favorite tip and trick for you guys is literally, and I don't know why that just popped up where it says spotlight. Y'all, we are still learning how to use this stuff. There we go.
Don't you love this?
So the cool thing is I always fold my profile cards. I always fold them in half. And literally when they sit down, this is what's facing up. Their skin type. They're going to answer questions because you're going to be able to get to know them and be like, oh my gosh, Mandy, so you have kids? What kind of, how many kids do you have? You get to actually build some rapport with them. So then they flip over and fill out all of their personal information. They feel more comfortable coming in talking about, okay, these are my skin needs. This is what my skin's like. And then it's like, oh yeah, I totally feel comfortable now that I see Mandy, you're a real person that also has kids and we relate and you're not weird. Yes, you can have my address.
I'm a little weird, but
right? So one of my favorite tips and tricks, especially for every single new consultant, everyone that is just kind of concerned on how to do this and they're nervous, is use your profile card to your advantage, guys. I didn't know about this until 7 years into my business. So just please know that can give you hope. Literally, they're going to circle everything. And if you're like, Tasha, I don't know how to wash people's faces. I don't know what products to use. My friend, open it up and it tells you every product they should use. It tells you exactly. So Miss Bev said that she had early to moderate signs of aging. said that she needed to try either the Time-Wise 3D Miracle Set or the Voluform. Okay. I don't use moisturizer, so my skin feels oily, and I want more even radiant looking skin. So facial peel, correcting serum. So anyway, the basics are there, what they should try. So that's my tip and trick. But you always want to make sure that you have this filled out completely. Okay. If they're missing an email, say, oh my gosh, let me make sure you get your email because you'll get my weekly or my monthly newsletter. They will tell you all types of things on here. They'll tell you all types of things. And so this is really, really, really important because you're going to use the My Customers app, because what you want to do is you want to use the My Customers app for a couple of reasons. And because you can use this, if you are the digital girl, you could literally do this without profile cards and physical receipts. Okay. But I want to digress a little bit. You want profile cards for every appointment, especially if more than one person, because you're not gonna have time to get it all on your app right away. Okay, so physical is really important, but you're literally gonna pull up your My Customers app. Okay, you literally pull it up, and it's gonna make me have like a code. But you guys, y'all could really just go right away and add in her information while she's looking and shopping. You can literally, like I have 261 customers in there. I can go in here and go and add an order, add the customer, and I can go through and do the whole process. And so this is a really phenomenal tool to track your business. And so Mandy, when they are done with the skincare appointment, okay, normally we do have placemats or checkout sheets that have different options. You want to definitely, how do you approach that? Because I know what I do is I look for the one person that was either like the party pooper, super quiet, uncomfortable, like maybe she's just not the most positive person. She's the first person I check out. I'm like,
Yep.
Susie, oh my gosh, come on, girl, let's get you checked out of here because I know you got other stuff you got to go do.
Yep.
And
then,
then I'll say,
why do we do that? Time out, Tasha. Why do you do that though?
Because you don't want Mandy to come in who's so excited and she's like, I want the roll-up bag. Give me everything in the roll. I can't wait for my skin. Right. And then Mandy goes back and they're so excited. And then, Susie's like, really, why'd you do that? Like, are you even sure you really need that? Didn't you just say last week you couldn't even pay your water bill? All right. So we want to get Susie out of there because we don't want her to damper on anybody else's like excitement. Plain and simple. And plus, you just need to get her out of there. Just plain and simple. But if you don't have a party pooper, excuse me, who's the first person you get then? Who's the first person you want to check out?
The most excited person.
Why?
Because she is about to book me some parties. And then guess what? After she gets everything and she takes it back into that other room where everyone is, they're going to see all of her stuff beautifully wrapped. And she's got this excitement and she's loving everything she got. And she's going to tell everybody about the party she just booked with me. And she is now fueling that fire for the rest of those checkouts. And yeah, you got to get that negative Nancy out of there. But if you don't get that happy, it's either you want to take the extremes. The extremes are first. So if you have a super negative, that's her. Or if you have a super positive, that's her. Because either way, they're going to affect the rest of the group. So you really want that effect to be positive. So yeah, love that.
Awesome. So let's get into what do you do? So I don't know. You tell me, Mandy. So I always was taught, and it's always worked out really well, that I have a separate checkout place. I don't sit at the kitchen table. I don't sit right there and check everyone out in front of everyone. Why do you think that's important not to do?
Absolutely. I totally agree. And y'all, this goes for whether you're doing this in your home, somewhere else's home, you need to secure this extra spot ahead of time. Say, hey, is there like a secret little place I can sneak off to? The reason we do this is because what did we just talk about? Women influence other women. They don't want to spend money in front of other women, or they might not be ready to do what everybody else can. And we don't want them to feel bad. And we also don't want that to be like a heavy burden conversation. We want it to be light and airy and personal. And also we give discounts. Mary Kay is wonderful for hostess rewards and all of these other amazing things that we do. And I know we do lots of things like if you buy X amount, you might get a travel bag half off or, a
Yeah.
sonic brush half off. And those are things that you don't necessarily want to put pressure on yourself or everyone else at the party to feel like they have to get the exact same stuff. So I do it to take the pressure off of my guest. I also can speak from experience on this. I just had a massive grand opening, as we all know. And again, whether you're in a studio or a home, this goes for both. I had so many people standing over me while I was writing receipts for other people, even though I have a separate place. There were just a lot of people here and they were very excited. So normally this wouldn't have happened, but I didn't have any door guards that night. So, but it was nervous. It was nerve wracking for me. I messed up. I had to rewrite a receipt. It made me frazzled. So I feel like either way, whether it's you or the hostess or whether it's a guest, you want to relieve that pressure.
Yeah. I like to always have a separate space, either in
Yeah.
the living room or off to the side somewhere, because like you already brought it up, I just want to make sure that she has a private place to shop and
Right.
not the pressure. But there's been so many times, y'all, that the quietest person, the most shy, quietest person at the experience will buy a full roll up bag. But
Absolutely.
she won't do that in front of people. But there's also the flip side of, okay, so say maybe like Kelly at the party has been telling all of her friends, like, no, like we're on a budget. We can't go to dinner every night, or we're on a budget, so we're not doing XYZ, right? So she tells all of her friends, no, 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 she can't do XYZ because they're of money or whatever. But she sees the value in the product and like the relationship with you, and she wants everything. She doesn't need to spend her money in front of the people. Does that make sense? Like or people don't need to know how much she's spending. And so that's really important too. And so we're going to go into, now that you've got the party, like now everyone's checked out, right? They're all checked out. You have given them their products because you have product on hand. And if you don't have product on hand, you're going to be ordering it. Mandy, what does the sales receipt look like to make this happen? And I'm going to work on presenting a sales receipt, y'all, so that y'all can do this. So this is our first time presenting an actual picture. So just bear with us.
Yes, Grace, as always. Y'all, okay, so sales receipts are super important, okay? They keep you organized. They legitimize your business. They also are necessities for tax season. We got to be able to prove where all those dollars are going, coming, leaving, all of that, right? So these are not like, oh my God, these are fun. No, these are a necessity. Okay, these are a necessity. All right. So the way that I do my sales receipts, first of all, a lot of women get confused about this in the very beginning. If you give someone a sale or a discount, I want to be very clear on this. You still charge sales tax on the entire amount of the product, not what you're charging them. So if I give someone a sonic brush half off, that's $37.50, half of the $75. I am still charging them taxes on the $75. The reason why is because when I purchased that product from Mary Kay, I paid taxes on the $75. So I'm actually losing money when you don't charge taxes appropriately. Okay. So just a note right there, if you are taking a discount or something, that comes at the very end after you've totaled everything and you've added in all your taxes. Okay. So keep that in mind. Okay. First and foremost, write everything very clearly, because you're going to be in the middle of a party or after, and you're going to be so excited because you just sold 8 roll-up bags and 72 satin hands, and you're just going to be like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And you're going to be scribbling all this on these papers. Please be please have very good penmanship, the best you can, because when you go back 2 weeks later or a week later, or your assistant or your daughter, someone's helping you out, your husband, in my case, sometimes helps me out, and you're putting this stuff in, you're not going to remember what it says. So like, just be thorough. Okay. Be thorough. So you're going to write everything down with the full price amount. If they got something, you're going to say ×2. If they got 2 of it, you're going to fill it out. First name, last name. If there's a hostess, the date of the sale. The reason the date of the sale is important is because we do a 2-2-2, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 month follow-up. And that's something else that your My Customers and your In Touch does for you. All you got to do is click a button. So when that date of sale goes in there, we really need to make sure that's accurate. So again, we're going to total it up. Everything's going to be happy. We're going to do our sales tax. For me, I have 8% tax. Wherever you live, your taxes may be different. I know Tasha's is probably a little higher. Just where you live, your taxes is different. All right. So the ordering part, as soon as I get all of my receipts from a party, I stack them up and I get either My Customers or In Touch on my phone. I order every single thing that I put on a receipt, guys. Every single thing. It does not matter if you didn't have it in stock. It does not matter if you've already given Mary her roll-up bag plus her free eyeliner. It does not matter. If it's written on the receipt and they took it home or ordered it, you're ordering it. That's how this works. We're super smart business women and we don't want to cheat ourselves. We don't want to steal from ourselves. And come tax season, your CPA is going to be like, well, where did this go? Or where did that money go? We want to account for every single thing on our shelf. It's just being loyal to yourself. You stocked your shelf with it. Now we're going to restock it. So we order every single thing on the sheet. You'll notice this is highlighted. If I don't have something after I have already placed my In Touch order and I have ordered everything. So this person, for instance, she ordered a palette. She ordered 2 of the new holiday men's body washes and the body wash and hair wash. And I didn't have those 2. I only had 1. So I gave her 1 and now I have to supply her another one when it comes in. But how many did I order? 2, because I sold 2. So to keep me organized, I go through and highlight if I was missing something. So that way, when that order does come in about 7 days, 7 to 11 days, thank you, Mary Kay, for being amazing on shipping. When that comes in, I now know what this person is missing. And I'm not like, oh my God, did I give her that night? I can't remember. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Because I've done that before, y'all. You get in a hurry. It's okay. But these are ways we don't get ourselves caught in those traps. Okay. So that is what I do. Calculate everything in Touch, submit my order. Then I go back through and highlight what I was missing. Okay. Tasha, did I miss anything on the receipt part? Okay.
No.
So the other thing that, and I know Tasha's doing some stuff over there, so you just shut me up when you're ready. But when
you're good, I'm just trying to figure it out.
Okay, you're good. You do you then. You're good. I'll keep talking. So the other thing that I like to do is that My Customers app, after I've ordered everything, after I've highlighted everything that they are missing or whatever, I actually will take their profile card and their receipt, and I will enter that into My Customers. Okay. Enter it in. The reason why is because Mary is going to call you in about 3 to 6 months and say, oh my gosh, Tasha May, that eyeliner that you gave me, I fell in love with it. I do not know the name. Don't ask me. I don't remember nothing about it. Oh, was it black? Don't remember. I just remember I loved it. Okay. So that can be like, oh crap, what did I sell her? But guess what? We entered it into My Customers app. So I can literally go to previous purchase. How cool is that? Thank you, Mary Kay. Previously purchased, click it. Everything's there. If they have any skin allergies from that profile card, everything's there. If they're combination to oily, but they didn't buy the 3D set that night because they were on a budget, guess what? When you call Mary two weeks later to do her follow-up, you're like, Mary, I remember you loved this 3D combination oily because I remember we put it on your profile card that night and I'm so excited that if you host a party this month, XYZ. But it gives you that opportunity to give that personalization just like any other business does, right? Like you have a profile when you go to the dentist. We have health sheets we have to fill out when we go to the doctor. They have a profile on you. Treat your business like a business and it will pay you like a business. So those profile cards, those receipts, all working together with the My Customers, guys, don't think that you have to do this while everyone's standing there either. That's why we want you guys to know My Customers is an app. Do it while you're at your kid's soccer game the next day if that's when you have time. Or do it when you're laying in the bed at night if that's when you have time. Or do it after your quiet time with God in the morning if that's when you have time. Pick what works for you. That's why Mary Kay is so brilliant, and made these amazing resources for you guys to utilize, that you can be freedom and flexibility in your schedule. So don't throw it all and just be like, I have no idea. The resources are here, guys. We're here to point you in the right direction. So I know Tasha's got some other things she wants to share. But I hope this is helpful, and drop in the comments, live or replay. We're super excited to be doing this for you guys.
I am just wrapping this up. And so can you go over what to do with the actual like receipt? So the money. So they get
money.
So ProPay. So like they need to make sure they have ProPay if they want to.
Yes, I don't even know how I missed that part. Why do we do this? Money. Well, we do it for other reasons too, but I'm over here paying bills, people. So let's talk about money. Money is important. First and foremost, you can't even have a Mary Kay business without ProPay. Okay. Love your ProPay. Love her. She is built into your website. She is built into your InTouch. You don't have to transfer money. Who hates transferring money and being like, oh, 3% here, 10% there just for transferring? Ain't nobody got time for that. ProPay is amazing. They also give you a debit card so you can use that money however you see fit. Business accounts are really important, okay? From day one in Mary Kay. Don't go out and get a business account. Go get another checking account, okay? And we're going to call that checking account your business account. The reason why is we, first and foremost, all those naysayers and haters, we want to show them how much money we made, right? We want to know, girl, I made $800 this month, and I know it because it's in my ProPay or it's in my business account. So it's really cool to be able to see that, or like that just validity of like, I did that. That's mine. That's extra. Or, that's paying something. So get that business account. It's also great for your tax accountant at the very end of the year. She's going to love you. Everything's organized. There's no confusion on what money goes where. Okay. So the next thing, when we get paid in ProPay, so let's say we sold $100 of product, right? So we're going to enter that into InTouch, and however that person paid you, you made 50%. You did not make 100%. If we have a $100 party, we made $50. Okay. So we need to remember that. That's very key. And you just need to always remember, like what we talked about, ordering what's on your shelf so that it doesn't interfere with your inventory. So we're going to order it. Our money's in ProPay.
And so I think this is a great segue into, you guys need to hop over to the next video of us showing you how to walk through ProPay and separate your money. But ProPay is a part of the end of the process. It's literally a part of the receipt process. And so thank you for going over that. And so just to go over the receipt so you guys can actually see this, guys. So you're going to literally take this receipt and you're going to obviously write her name. So I personally, y'all, try to avoid writing down any credit card numbers. I use my ProPay app right there in front of them personally, because I will staple their receipt to their profile card. So I don't need her to fill all this information out again. So that's just me personally. You can have it whatever you want, but you need to know what you're selling. So the 3D Miracle Set Combination to Oily. All right. It says with eye cream. I know for a fact with my shorthand, that means she upgraded for $10 to the eye renewal cream. So it was $130. She did the receipt. She did the retinol set. So it was $120. Indulge Eye Gel is $18. So a point to make out right here, guys, is under price. This is the retail price. If you were to do any type of discount, like a half off item, you gave her a $5 gift card, it goes in the amount section over here. If you give an actual like half off or whatever, under the subtotal, guys, that's going to be the retail subtotal. And this space that's right below subtotal is where if you do $10 off, 15% off for the birthday, whatever, you're going to take that off of the $268, okay? The actual total. Now, your sales tax is always calculated on the retail total. Sales tax is always on the full, not the discounted total, it's on the retail total. And then you take the new subtotal plus the sales tax and you get the actual total. So this is what that looks like. This is what you want it to look like to keep everything really, really simple. And then you can really just go in and transfer this into your My Customers. If you have a teenager, if you know a teenager in the neighborhood that needs to make a little extra cash that's responsible, I have one that does that for me. And so that's what your sales receipt looks like. And so My Customers app, profile cards, and your sales receipts. This is how you run the business as a business and track your customers and inventory. So this was so good, Mandy. So we are going to hop off. Any thoughts minute, Mandy?
Yeah, I got one thing I want to add because I've noticed this a lot about a newer consultant, and sometimes when you're nervous, you forget things. Even as a seasoned consultant, have a new catalog with you when you're checking someone out for prices, or if you don't have the catalog, that's okay because guess what? We have the app. So that's really nice too. And it's also a good segue to invite your customer to get on the app too. So I personally use the app and just literally just the Mary Kay shopping app. That's a great time to give them a discount if they want to hop on. Hey, if you hop on really fast, I'll give you whatever. Because that way they can consistently shop with you and it's going straight to your Mary Kay in Touch and it's really nice. But you can also check prices and stuff while you're checking someone out. It just adds a lot of professionability and it makes you feel more empowered when you're checking someone out to know how much things cost.
And I'll just add on to that, we all do things differently. I don't keep catalogs anywhere near my starter kit at a party, at an appointment at all. They get the placemat with this sheet of the deals for the prices. I never do. I don't ever have a catalog on me personally because if she gets a hold of the catalog, she'll start ordering onesie, twosie things where the actual placemat and order like checkout form that we have two options. So you guys can use whatever, but that's what they shop off because women actually shop better in bundles because it makes sense to their brain versus going through a catalog and picking onesie, twosie things. And plus it's smart business. And so just know for me personally, I don't have a catalog anywhere. I just use the app. I just use the Mary Kay app to look up the prices personally because I do forget the prices on things. And so
I don't put a catalog anywhere near the skincare table. Anywhere near it. I'm with you on that.
All right, guys. I can't wait for you guys to watch your next installment of this, but this was really good. And Mandy, whoop, whoop. See you later, Bombshell Nation.
Bye, Bombshell Nation.